Hi, my name is Sharon Obara and I am Miss World Kenya 2021-2022, and I am also a psychologist, a mental health advocate, and also an advocate for neurodiversity and cognitive diverse societies. Okay, so when you talk about neurodiversity and also cognitive diversity, basically talking about people who are differently abled from us. Maybe some examples will be the Down syndrome, autism, cerebral palsy, stuttering. Yes, so that's like neurodiversity. I've been an advocate for also the awareness and inclusion in the society. I was born and raised in Dagoretti, and I also schooled there for some time. I went to Bright Star Primary School up to class 4. And then in 2007, we moved to Kajiado, where we still live to date. And I transferred to Currency Primary School, where I completed my primary school education. And I did well. I got called to a national school. It's in Kisii, and it's called Sironga Girls High School. So while in Sironga Girls High School, that's where I broadened my mind, my vision. I was an all-rounded student. So in class, you'd find me science congress, you'd find me drama, music. I was an all-rounded student, and I was also a student leader. I was in charge of the science labs, the chemistry, biology, physics. I was a science girl. Yes, and I really did well in the sciences. And also from Sironga Girls High School, I did well, and I was called to Kenyatta University, where I pursued a bachelor's degree in psychology. Yes, so actually what inspired me to venture into modeling, I remember in primary school, there was this TV station that used to air Miss World competitions after news at night. They used to air the competition, and I remember I'd even stay up past midnight, past like really late to just watch. So my mom will put us to bed, then we'd sneak back. I'd sneak back to come and watch like how they did it. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I didn't think it would manifest, but I remember thinking to myself, I'd love to do this. This is something I'd really like to do. So from watching, then in campus, I also participated in 1 or 2 competitions. I did Mr. and Miss KU, Mr. and Miss Kusa. I also tried out Mr. and Miss Kajiado. Yes, and Mr. and Miss Birmingham. So now how I got to the Miss World platform, I had actually tried out for Mr. and Miss World Kenya in 2019. So that year, we crowned my predecessor, who is Maria Waginya. We crowned her then. So I remember I wasn't really feeling disappointed about not winning, because for me, it's always about learning. Like, you never lose, you learn. So I remember I went back to the judges. And asked for input, like, what do I need to do better? What do I need to improve on? What do I need to do? And I was given feedback, which I went back to the drawing board and worked on. So I remember I was really shy. I hadn't really owned myself like fully. I was still shy, and I didn't really speak my mind much. Like, I had so many bright ideas, but I was so shy and afraid of people. Like, I wasn't airing them out. So they told me, on the stage, like, when you're there, it's your moment. It's like no one is competing with you. You're on the stage alone. So those are some of the things I went back, like from 2019, that I worked on from 2019 to 2020, and I competed again in 2021, where I was crowned. So it's been about persistence, and also taking in positive criticism and using it to better yourself. And then coming to Miss World platform, it's actually a very noble platform. It's not all about beauty. It's about beauty with brains. So if you look back from the past to present, beauty queens have been championing for different social causes to improve the welfare of the society. Mine was championing for mental health, and the projects I was doing were majorly centered on destigmatizing access to mental health. So I found a platform where I could link my professional background, which was in psychology, and also like something I loved, like the championing for inclusion, with also another passion I had, which is modeling. So it's like things just came together. Yes, so that's how I found myself on the platform. My passion has been especially championing for inclusivity. So you notice I've been working with diversified groups of people, and I'm sure for our society to function fully, we need to hold hands together. We need to take steps towards a better future together. So I champion for inclusion and inclusivity, and that I'd say has been my passion and purpose. Yes. So at Miss World, I've managed to partner with very nice partners to push the word, and I started with a partnership with Chiromo Hospital Group. We ran an initiative called Tufunguke, which was basically about opening up conversations towards in and around mental health. So we'd have like workshops or just fun days where we'd have people with lived experiences sharing the experiences too, and how like their road to recovery, how it has been, to also like tell people out there you are not alone. Like someone else has been there and has conquered, so you also can. We have I remember we've had like almost 4 workshops, and the turnout was amazing. So seeing the kind of impact like such a platform or such a partnership managed to bring about, it encourages me to do it more, because I remember even after the events, I'd get a lot of young people reaching out to me through my social media and saying like, wow, I attended and I left there feeling whole, I left there feeling hopeful. And I remember like a lot of people have become open to the idea of going to a mental health institution, which was previously like a taboo. You know, you never say it out loud, I'm going to a mental health institution. Like as compared to when I'm sick, I have a tummy ache, I'd say, let me run to the hospital. But when you feel your mental health is declining, you don't look for help, and there is no health without mental health. So these are some of the things we've been pushing. I also partnered with Mathare Teaching and Referral Hospital. We are in the process of rebranding, doing things better, because actually the name itself is stigmatized. People don't really want to be associated with Mathare because it's like, yo. So we are in the process of redefining the whole experience of Mathare, and we are building another one in Karen on a 200-acre piece of land. So it's going to be like really big and more advanced, more inclusive, and hopefully with subsidized prices to make sure that a big percentage of the population has access to affordable mental health care. And I've also partnered with T21 Family Support Organization, which is a support group for families who have children with Down syndrome. We recently had an event at the Academy of Art and Dance. It was actually last Friday, and the turnout was amazing. The purpose of the event was to raise funds to build a school for the children, and also like a wellness center, because most of them they're still a marginalized group, and sometimes they are shunned away from these services. Maybe schools, you're not really as included as other children. So we had a fundraising dinner where we had a fashion show for the children. We had sponsors coming in dressing the children. We had hotels coming in and giving vouchers and items for auction. And by the end of the night, I tell you, it was a successful night. And we managed to raise funds, and hopefully it should be a project that's up and running as soon as possible. Mental health, actually this is something that propelled me into this space. I remember when I was in primary school, I had a desk mate who was also like my best friend, and she had epilepsy, but I didn't know then. So maybe during class or break times, she had episodes, and being the little children we are, we didn't know what was happening, we didn't know how to help. So most of us used to run out of class. Then I remember my teacher, our class teacher, she'd be so compassionate and she'd really come through and help her. Like she'd make sure the environment is safe, like there are no objects that she can hurt herself with. And I remember like I used to peep through the door when she's doing all this, and I really wished I could do that because this was my friend. This was someone I really loved, but I was young and I didn't know. I was actually scared. So growing up, I developed an interest in psychology to learn more about myself and also to learn more about people and how I can come through, you know, better for them. So when I got to the field of psychology, I realized like there's more, like it's not just the neurological, like there's more to it. The whole population, especially after COVID hit, there was a rise, like a very huge rise in the number of mental health cases, and people didn't have avenues to express themselves. People didn't know, or people didn't have the resources to get help or to help their loved ones. So that's what I've been using my platform about, because I have a very huge reach. I was like, why not champion for something I believe in? Why not help someone who might be in the same position I was in, where you really love someone but you do not know how to come through for them. So that's how I've been using my platform to date. We are going on a short commercial break, but don't go anywhere. We will be back with more information on the Miss World Kenya platform. Welcome back. I'd say the biggest challenge I've had to encounter even before the crown was working on myself, because I always wanted to become the best version of myself. I knew it needed work. So I had to work on myself holistically, from mentally. I had to become physically fit. I had to become well-read, well-versed with current affairs. I had to know how to communicate with different groups of people, how to express my beliefs, how to express my thoughts, and how to become a better person and push for change in the society. So that's been a big challenge for me, especially the fact that I was juggling between school and now the projects, and also I was in marketing, so I also had like some marketing things going on, and it was quite a lot. For a young girl, it was a lot, but I'm grateful that all the experience shaped me to the person I am today. The rehearsals are intense. I won't even lie, they are intense because they are holistic. They challenge you mentally, especially. It mostly tests about how much do you really want it, like your vision, like how hard are you willing to go to make sure it actualizes. So you see, I did a boot camp in 2019 and I came back again in 2021 because I believe that the dream, the vision I had needed a platform to get to bring more people on board. So during the boot camp, we have a lot of trainings. We have things like etiquette, we have things like catwalk, we have speech, like public speaking. They also bring in mentors, like from different sectors. We also have some maybe financial training. It's holistic and it's really intense. What I'd like to say to the young ladies who are aspiring to be part of this platform is to believe in the beauty of their dreams. It's possible, but not to be hard on themselves, because things take time to manifest. Take time to work on yourself, to know what you stand for, to know like what you're capable of, and to also become the best version of yourself. So once all these things come together, great things will happen. And also you'll get on board people who also believe in the vision, people who will help to propel you forward. So continue working on yourself. Baby steps, one day at a time. Like you won't get there automatically, but it's steps. Yes, I've experienced a lot of evolution in the modeling industry because I started modeling 4 or 5 years ago, and things are very different now. Right now, the platforms are mostly about empowerment, encouragement, social projects, social changes. And previously, you wouldn't tell someone that you do modeling as a full-time job. They'd be like, huh? What else do you do? Like, what else do you do? But this is a platform just like any other. It's a job like any other. Actually, getting to be a country's representative is not easy. Because the time I was in Puerto Rico, my name was not Sharon. People were called by their country names. My name was Kenya for a whole month. So we'd be like eating and then someone says Kenya. I look because that's my name. So getting to be a country representative and also running the social projects while also mentoring a whole generation of young people, it's not an easy job. So I feel like it's a platform that should be given more credit, because we inspire the next generation of younger people and we give them a sense of direction, in the sense that if I was able to do it, then they should be able to do it too. We live in an ever-changing world, and maybe something that I consider a success to me today might not have been what was successful, what I termed as successful maybe a week ago. At the moment, success for me is saying yes to your calling, like being one with your calling, and working towards becoming a better person and also achieving your goals. Say you wanted to, for example, you wanted to graduate. Maybe you've been in campus for 4 years and you wanted to graduate this specific year, and you actually graduate. That's success. Or maybe you wanted to do an outreach and maybe people came through, or maybe people didn't really come through, but you managed to put out an impact. That is success. So success, there is no specific thing that can measure success. It's all about you and what you stand for. Yes, I really do believe in mentors, but I'd say I haven't had one specific mentor who's helped me through the journey. I've had so many people believe in me, at times even more than I believed in myself, and they constantly pushed for me to become the best version of myself. They constantly pushed me to work on myself and also to continue with the work I'm doing. So I'd say mentors and destiny helpers. I've also come across very many destiny helpers who help to elevate you to the next level, like where they've seen you, they've had your dreams, they've had your vision, and they do what they can to elevate you to that level, and from there they're not there. So I believe someone's success is an interplay between the destiny helpers and mentors, and they're really important because sometimes you feel lost. Sometimes you don't know what to do in a given situation, but you find that these are people who have been there, so they have a better understanding of the situation you're in, and they're able to give you insight that you will not have been able to see on your own. So mentors are really, really, really important. And at times you need someone to give you a pat on the back, someone who understands what you've conquered, what you've gone through, and also has a vision for where you're going. Sometimes you might not see, but you're destined for greatness. You need someone who has been there to remind you that you will achieve greater things. We've actually launched Miss World 2022 about 2 weeks ago. So people are still sending in applications. The finals will be on the 10th of December 2022. And yeah, I think I will be part of the bootcamp, but not completely, because we also don't want to, favorism or things like that. So we want them to achieve on their own merits, But other than that, I have been mentoring young girls. I've been receiving calls, I've been receiving DMs. I've also had my friends who have maybe children or friends who want to be models refer to me, and I honestly guide where I can. I give direction, or I give a sense of clarity or an insight in what the industry is about. I'd say one of my biggest highlights this year was getting to be an ambassador of Kenya to the world. Literally getting to represent our whole country on an international level is no small feat, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity, and given another chance, I wouldn't want it any other way.
How was it?
It was amazing because I got to make friends from different parts of the country. I got to experience different cultures, different languages, different perceptions. We're literally looking at the same thing, but we're perceiving we are perceiving the things differently because of our different backgrounds and cultures. And yeah, I also got to hear what the other ladies are doing in support of the societies back in their countries. It was amazing. It was an amazing journey. Miss World is not only a beauty pageant, as I mentioned, it also focuses on beauty with brains. So actually one of the, I wouldn't say competition categories, but the heart of Miss World is the beauty with a purpose, which are the projects that ladies get to do. And I was really proud that the project I was championing for was among the 6 winners of Beauty with a Purpose project. So meaning we at some point will receive help from now the international Miss World. So that is a really big part of the competition, the Beauty with a Purpose. And also representing Kenya, you have to be a multifaceted person, because there is a sports category. You have to be a sports lady. You need to be, you need to be in tune with your body. Then there is also the talent category. I danced. I think there's some clips of me dancing. That's what I performed for the talent category. Then there is also the top model category, where you model designer clothes from your home country. They were also choosing a winner for the best design, and we placed at top 13. And sports, we placed at top 27. And also we had the multimedia challenge, like how well can you mobilize people. And yeah, I think there are 5. I mentioned 5. So that is what it's about, representing the country and also giving people a taste of what your culture is about. I remember when I traveled, I carried a whole bag of African earrings. Each lady, all the ladies and also the organizers, they went home with a piece of Kenya. So that's what it's about, also being like a positive ambassador of the country and opening it up to new places and make people want to come to Kenya, because I like your vibes. I want to know where you're from, and that in the long run, it opens the country to tourism. More people coming in, meaning we're actually playing a part in improving our economy, because when people come in, we support industries such as hospitality, we support the tourism company. Yeah, it's not a small thing. It's big. The entire Miss World experience has been life-changing for me. One, because it pushed me, it propelled me to a public figure kind of status, and I'm exposed to people in a way that I wasn't before. But what I did is I managed to use the platform to leverage and champion for the things I believe in. But the platform is really good because you get to network with like-minded people that you maybe previously wouldn't have had access to. So it gives you, I'd say it gives you like an upper hand in chasing your dreams, because right now you can easily reach out to like-minded partners, and it's a give and take society. So how can we partner? Like, how can we grow each other? So it gives you that space to be able to reach out to people, to grow yourself as a person and maybe as a brand, and to also mentor younger people, share your journey, especially in the age of social media. You can easily see the projects that someone is doing, you can keep in touch. So it's a really nice platform. As I said earlier, my name is Sharon Obara and I'm Miss World Kenya. Sharon Obara across all social media platforms. And an advice, believe in the beauty of your dreams. It took me 2 shots. It took me 2 attempts at Miss World Kenya. So persist. Yes.